Hello friends, in this video we will discuss about the rebate process in SAP MM. So it is called as a rebate agreement between the company and the vendor. So before going to this video, I shall explain what is a rebate. So it is a contract that is made between the vendor and the buyer for giving certain percentage or value of discounts by vendor on purchase over a particular value or quantity of material. So the agreement has to be created before the procurement process, and it can be created with a validity period, and it can be extended for further processing. So let me show the T codes associated with the rebate process. So let me enter into the logistics, material management, the purchasing. We can have the master data, and in this you can have the subsequent settlement. So in the vendor rebate arrangements, we have a rebate arrangement. So this is the T code for creating the rebate agreement, and this is for settlement document. And we will also follow the business volume comparison in this MEU2 T code. So I just keep this tab. I will go to the new tab. Yeah. Okay, into my implementation screen. I just enter into the materials management, purchasing. So we know that in the conditions tab we have configured our pricing procedure in this tab. So the pricing procedure is also very important. Uh, you should follow the previous two videos I have posted for pricing procedure. So that will help you to clearly understand the process, because in this steps also the pricing procedure configurations exist. So let me show it in subsequent settlement. So these are the steps we need to be configured. So first the number ranges for the rebate agreement. So I've already made the number ranges, so I don't want to just show it. Okay, there is a number range exist, and also for the rebate agreement. And this is for the settlement run number range, and this is for rebate arrangement number range. So we have a number range over here. We don't want to provide a new number range. And the agreements, just enter into the agreements. So the calendar is also important. Maintain the calendar for rebate arrangements. So there will be a default calendar will be assigned to the our agreement. If there is any issue, you can modify it over here like this. So I hope you know all these things. Maintain the calendar, all these things. And the second step is define business volume tolerance group. So these are the prerequisites that need to be carried out before the vendor agreements. So I'm not maintaining any tolerance group here. So I'll just leave it blank. And okay, I have not provided any tolerance group, and I will not assign it to the issue group also. Let me enter into the define volume business volume comparison type. So it is very important. So make sure that these arrangement exist. Business volume comparison partial settlement. I made it. This is optional, and business volume after partial settlement. I have made it like this, and the tolerance group is no check. So kindly make arrangement like this. Save. The next step is maintain aggregation. So this is not important. Let me go to the agreement type or settlement, subsequent settlement. Define rebate arrangement. So let me go it. Define rebate arrangement types for subsequent settlement. So in this we are going to process this thing in this video. The 1000, it is a rebate. Let me show it. And this agreement type has the following configurations. So the proposed valid from is from the day of rebate agreement creation. It will be valid from the date of creation of the rebate agreement. So similarly, the configuration goes on. So I just change the settlement schema. This is our pricing procedure. I just want to change it. So this is for a partial settlement. This is for final settlement. So you can maintain all these things, but you have to change the settlement schema. Okay, let me move to the top. And here you can see that the time of update is, so during the invoice verification the agreement will have its update. I have made it like that. You can also change it, but I'm selecting here invoice verification. So here you can see that the calendar is the calendar I have assigned here is AJ. So I have already assigned I have already defined the calendar for AJ. So if you have any problems with defining the calendar, kindly leave your comments in this video. I will sort it out. So just save it. The maintenance schema for posting provisions for accrued income settlement. Let me click on enter. It will be saved. So for this rebate process, separate pricing procedure need to be configured. Let me show it. It is this setup condition techniques for subsequent settlement. Let me execute it. So we would like to have a new pricing procedure for subsequent settlements. Just so here in this video, I will not create any new one. I will just go with the existing one. So I will use this access sequence 0004 rebate. So enter into the access sequence and the fields associated with this or purchase organization, vendor, and settlement group. So I can use this. I don't want to create any new access sequence. So the create condition types. So there is a default condition types available with SAP, that is 8001. You can modify it. So here you can see that the access sequence is 0004. So the scales you can maintain with this entries, and the condition classes expense reimbursement. The calculation type is based on percentage. So it has the negative symbol over it. So since it is a income for us, so when we consider the rebate for procurement cycle, it is our income to our concern. So I've configured this A001. Let me use it. So I've not created any table. I've just defaulted the access sequence. I don't want this process, this step. The maintain settlement schema for subsequent settlement. So you can see that this is our pricing procedure we have configured in our pricing procedure video. So in that we have configured this. So these things we have configured in our previous videos. I have provided 2 videos for pricing procedure, part 1, part 2. Kindly view that. So I've made these configurations over there, and in this video I've included just this one, that is a rebate. I've included uh, extra in this part for rebate process. So I've included this step as a 50th step, and I've posted the requirement thing as 26. The 26 belongs to the rebate. can see here rebate, and the actual key I have given the B01, since B01 represents a rebate, and also the accrual, the B01. So the important thing is I have to link the account for this actual accounting key. So I just go to the new tab. Have created the account. I just display it so that it will be easy for you to understand. So since the rebate agreement we are processing is now based on it is income for our concern, I have created an account in the revenue group. You can see here I have created an account 4002. So this account belongs to the profit loss statement, and I have provided this account as a rebate income using from the vendor agreement. So the control data field is I've maintained the currency, and these things. The sort key belongs to the purchase order. Since I will show you this thing. So this is the process we are going to perform for the rebate process. That is, from our company code we will provide a purchase order to our vendor, and then we will post the goods receipt and invoice receipt for our vendor, and we will also make the payment to the vendor, and in return the vendor will provide some quantity of price as a rebate to our company. So that will be our income. So the scales maybe the scales we will be configuring it. So for example, if the transaction is more than 1 lakh, I can get the 5% rebate from the vendor. So like this I can have the rebate conditions. So we will configure that. So this is the actual process we are going to do now for our rebate process. So then the field status group is revenue accounts. Since it is a revenue for our concern, I have made it as a revenue, and also the edit cost element I've already created. Just I show you how to configure it. So these are just linked the cost center for it. Okay, and I have linked this account. Just create a new session. Okay, for the account determination, that is OBYC. So you can see that subsequent settlement for provisions B01. Double click on it. Chart of accounts. I have given the chart of accounts. So this is the account I have linked. Just now we have created this account. I have linked this account in our rebate transaction. The accounting key B01. So for this I have created this account. So I have completed this whole process. Now I can go to the next. So this procedure has been linked. Okay, the schema determination for subsequent settlement. So we know that this is the determination. So for a vendor, I need to link the schema group. So providing the vendor is also another prerequisite to be followed. I just move on to this. We have created 3 vendors. So I just want to make a pre-request for let me show the vendors available with the BRP company code. So I just go to the third vendor, 67. Okay, just click on purchasing data. Just click on enter. We will view the purchasing data. There we have to maintain some pre-requests. Okay, you can see the schema group for vendor. I just link BE. Since this BE is this thing. This thing is the schema group vendor, so that the schema will be uh, determined. Okay, just linked over here. Then the other parameters need to be maintained, or just click on a GR based invoice verification, and subsequent settlement index, business volume comparison. Just click these three things. It is very important. Then clicked on save. Okay. So these are so that I can use this vendor for our rebate process. The vendor number is 67. So let me go to this. So we have made the account determination. So no need to go to this. Just now we have made the account determination. Okay. Check calculation schema. Okay, no problem. Okay, I have made this. Then so these are the essential things we need to have into our consideration. So let us proceed with the rebate process. So enter into this. So just create the rebate agreement. Just create on the T code is MAP1. Double click on it. So here the agreement type we are going to do is 1000. Just enter the agreement type and click on this icon. So I have entered the purchase organization and purchase group. Just click on copy. So you can have this. This is our vendor. Just now we have configured for our vendor, and I just give. This is the validity period. I just change the date for 1 month. I will have this rebate process active. Then the other things, let me drop down here. Okay, I just tick on a final settlement. Okay, just click on save. You can see that the rebate 93 was created. I just change it. We have not maintained it. Okay, let me go to the conditions. So select the second one, that's a rebate with vendor. Now tick on this. So here the vendor number is 67. So let me give the 10% rebate for the purchases. Let me click on enter. Let me save it. Please maintain settlement material for all conditions. Okay, we can give the material for what material the condition should exist. So I just go to the third material, BRP. This is the material number. Just enter the material number and save it. So let me change it once again because I have not maintained the scales. So just enter into the conditions. So here in the screen, let me I've given that the 10% is the rebate process. The rebate condition is 10%. So in the screen, I just click on this. This icon is called scales. Let me click on it. So I can maintain the scale value. For example, 5,000. So it resembles if the purchase order value has been reached 5,000, then the 10% rebate will be provided by the vendor. Similarly, the second this is the second possibility, that if the purchase order crosses the 10,000 value, they will give 15% as a rebate. So I just save this. So now the rebate document has been created. Let me go back. Okay, now we can process with these steps. That is the purchase order. There is a purchase order, goods receipts and invoice, and also the payment to the vendor. And then we will move back to the rebate. So let me go to the. So I will process in this tab. Let me leave this tab as it is. This screen as it is. Let me go into the screen. Here we will go with the purchase order. So I kindly recommend to follow my previous videos so that you can have a better idea for all these topics. So let me create a purchase order with for the vendor 67 and the material. This is the material 380. Let me purchase 10 quantity. Okay, let me enter the plant. The net price will be calculated in the conditions, so that I have not created here, not given here. So let me okay. You can see that the rebate condition exists here. So there is no gross price. Let me have it. Gross price. So let me give 1,000 rupees as the value of this product, and there is 10 quantities. So the net price will be 10,000. Let me. I have not given any discount. Just click on enter. So the tax code is important. I've just entered the tax code. Okay, let me show the conditions. So you can see that the rebate exists in this. So now let me save it. The rebate value is 1,000 rupees. You can see here, and the price of this PO is 10,000. So let me release the purchase order and then move to the goods receipt and invoice receipt. So you can see that the standard purchase order is created. Let me release it. So here let me release it. Okay, the purchase order is released. Let me go to the goods receipt. So the purchase order number is 298. The movement type is 101. So I just click on item OK. Quantity, the storage location. Click on post. So you can see that the material document is posted. So let me display it. Click on document info, FI documents. you can see that the two documents have been created, accounting and controlling documents. We see the so you can see that in the accounting document we can see the extra line item displays here, that is the debit entry as a rebate income. So this value will appear in this account 4002. So let me process the invoice verification. So during the invoice verification only, our rebate process will be triggered because we have configured in such a way. So let me post the invoice for our purchase order. So I have made the tax configurations. You can see in our playlist. I think it will be available in finance playlist. Okay, because the tax code configuration is very important. Then only we can process these things. So the tax has been calculated. You can see. So enter the amount. Just click on save. So the document is posted. Let me show this. Display. Follow on documents. Okay. So we have posted the invoice. Let me pay for the invoice in the T code F-53. So I just enter the today's date. So once these processes have been completed, then only we can go for the rebate process. So if we have not make the payment, we cannot claim for the rebate amount. So the amount is this thing. We need to remember this amount. So the vendor number is 67. Let me click on process open item. Check the document. Let me have I think I have made the date wrong date. Just type on it 26/5. This is the bank account. Just click on process open item. So there is only one line item. We have posted this invoice just now. So just click on save. You can see that the amount entered and assigned are the same. So the document 210 was created. I have made the payment also. So now let me go to this first tab. So let me execute the business volume comparison. The T code is MEU2. I have entered the agreement and the settlement date is 6/26/2021. Just click on enter. It's invalid settlement date. I think it is 25. So what is the date? So there is a confusion for the settlement date. Let me delete it. I just enter the agreement number only. I just click on enter. So there is some records. Okay, let me go to the settlement and display business volume. Just click on this. Okay, it shows something. So this is the business volume comparison record. Okay, let me click for income for scale. Okay, let me select this. this line item. Click on income for sale. You can see the income is 1500. Okay, let me process it. This is the business volume comparison. Let me change it to the plant. So click on check the business volume. Check was completed. So in this, just click on this compare, activate comparison. Just click on it. Then you can click on save. So the return screen. So the comparison has been completed. Let me go back. So I have maintained this. Now I can go to the settlement document. There is MEB4. Let me execute it. The settlement date is 25. Just execute it. So I have maintained this in a simulate format. Okay, let me go to this. Go to the back and just execute. Make a selection in execute field. Then click on and execute. Settlement date later than the current date. Perform settlement. No. Settlement date I think so is 26. Yes, 26. Let me execute it. No, it's what is? Let me check the settlement date here itself. Why there is confusion? It is valid up to 26/5. Okay. Let me go again. 26/6. Okay. Just execute it. You can see this is the first page. Okay. Error issued in case of one rebate agreement. So you can see that the 1000 rupees is the income from this rebate document. Let me click on, just select here, click on income for sale. You can see the income is 1000 rupees. So let me display this in our income account itself. Let me go to this. Let me show in FBL 3N, which displays the balances for each account. Let me show it. Okay, you can see that this document specifies the 1000 rupees I've got from the rebate income. So that's all about the rebate process. So thank you guys for watching this video. So kindly subscribe to my channel. We will post more videos on it. Thank you.